Hey YouTube, Door Weldor here. Today is going to be a bunch of, I guess, useful and maybe some useless tips on how to be a better welder and somewhat more organized, and hopefully more organized than me. As you can see, my yard is kind of a mess. So hopefully these little tips and just tips about all sorts of random stuff can help you out. Alright, so tip number one. Even a small Harbor Freight cheap welding table is better than none. Get one or two of these, they will link together. It's a good small investment and gets you started on making stuff square. For the longest time I tried to make welding tables out of here-there piece parts, and I just could never get it flat or square because I never had something flat or square to start on. So, little cheap Harbor Freight welding table to start off with. Nice thing about this is it folds down and you can throw it in the truck and take it on the job. Next tip for your shop. Have a metal toolbox to keep all of your nice hand tools in. And a wrench roll is one of the best ways to keep all your wrenches organized. This right here is you're in a welding shop and sparks are flying everywhere. Well, we normally can close this. Look at that. There we go. It's closed. See? Now no sparks and crap are going to be getting in your tools and little weld beads on your nice wrenches. My next tip, ventilation of some sort. You can see here we got multiple fans clearing out the welding area and my hobo fume extractor. And also staying cool is another thing. This is an evaporative cooler that I got from another welder here in town. They were changing out to another system, so I got this one for free. But any kind of cooler, air conditioning, whatever, anything to keep the shop cool so you can focus better. If you're out here sweating up a storm, it's hard to focus. It's okay to get an air conditioning unit to put right next to you to make life easier. Anybody who judges is an idiot. Next tip I learned a long time ago. Just because you put a carbide blade on any miter saw does not mean it'll cut steel or aluminum. I did this a long time ago and the saw now barely works. I burnt up the brake in it, had to put new brushes in it, and destroyed a blade, because these run at way higher RPMs than what you would need for cutting steel. The best thing to do is to get a actual a cold cutting chop saw, or something like the Rage Evolution 3, which has a low RPM high torque motor that's meant for cutting steel. If you don't already have a bench grinder, you may want to invest in one. Even just a little cheap Ryobi like this makes life a whole lot easier. Same with a drill press, even the cheap Harbor Freight drill press. These, I would say, are two must-haves for a shop. Probably one of the first few things you want to invest in after your first few jobs you get. And here in North Carolina, the bugs get really out of hand. Just a few of these candles, light them in the shop, especially if you're working later at night. These keep the bugs off you very well. Also, a hydraulic press is another must-have. Even this simple Harbor Freight cheap POS is a must. I even made a quick little plate bender. Now some angle iron. Works very well just for bending a couple plates. Not exactly scientifically 90 degrees, but it works for my applications and needs. It's also really good to have this around for straightening out trailer components. I've used it to straighten out trailer jack handles and stuff like that. So it will eventually pay itself off, and it's worth having around. Next, don't keep your chop saw in the shop. This dust is horrible. It is nasty. It's the nastiest dust on the face of the entire planet. So keep it outside, wear a dust mask. Even just build a little table like this if you do have a chop saw. Next thing should be obvious. Keep your PPE with you all the time. How I do that, I just keep it in the truck. I have a surveyor's vest, because if I go somewhere where I have to wear a vest, I want to be able to use it for something besides, making me too sweaty and hot and pass out. So it's got all sorts of nice little pockets on it, including these back pockets here. I keep that all right here. And then, in this little bag right here, is the rest of my PPE. Safety glasses, earplugs, and a wipe for my safety glasses. Now these are very nice Wiley X safety glasses that came from a chemical plant I've been doing work for in Durham. Thank you guys. So it was very, very nice of them to give me these, and they have been absolutely fantastic. Also very expensive too. The next thing, a clipboard. Clipboard with blank pieces of paper and your contracts in the truck. Keep it in the truck, that way wherever you go. Oh yeah, and it opens up. One of these opening up clipboard doohickeys. You can keep all sorts of stuff in here. You can see, like my life, it's cluttered and disorganized. Next thing, USB charger and extra 12 volt port. If you're a mobile welder, you're going to be spending a lot of time in this truck. This truck is basically another office. This is well beyond worth investing in. This is a must-have. And keep spare charger cords. Should have one. There it is. Spare charger cord. Especially a longer one too, in case you're having to use your phone for like GPS. That's the other thing. Mobile welder, you're having to GPS yourself all sorts of places. Get yourself a way to safely mount your phone. That was definitely worth investing in. The next thing, I can't even believe I have to tell people this, but I'm going to tell y'all anyway. You got to change the oil on your welders. Keep an eye on it. You can check them. On this Champion 145. Hopefully nothing comes pouring out. You can check your oil just like that. Check it before you run it most of the time. That's how you should be. And on this Blue Star 2E, you check your oil just like that. And I just changed it so it's very difficult to see it on the stick. But definitely keep an eye on it, check it, and change it as needed. And any size air compressor you can put on your rig is a blessing. For filling up tires on trailers, to running small angle die grinders, to just having something to blow dust away. It's just good to have. I got this Harbor Freight 8-gallon air compressor that's living on the truck. It's very, very nice to have for, you know, filling up tires on trailers and anything else you got to do. And as much as you can, make your boxes easily accessible on your trailer rig, truck rig, whatever. I learned this when I used to have all my tools up here on this Super Duty, which is now my heavy hauler truck. It was very difficult to get to all my tools because I had only open top boxes. Keep all your stuff you get to normally in your side boxes. Keep leads next to your welding machine, your helmet, your gloves, your welding rods and things like that. The less you got to move around to work, the faster you can work and the more money you'll make. And this is a personal preference of mine, but it's my advice. You can take it or leave it. If you're going to be doing a lot of mobile work, definitely invest in some good mud tires. I love these BF Goodrich MTs right here. They're very good. They're a little noisy, but you ain't going to get stuck with them. You're having to go to log sites and really messed up construction sites and stuff. A good set of MTs will help you out a lot. And if you don't have a good shop vac, try to invest in one. Even a cheap shop vac is better than none. Yeah, you're going to get stuff all over everywhere, and a shop vac makes it a lot easier to clean up than going around sweeping everywhere and sweeping everything and getting dust all in the air. And also, a galvanized trash can, metal galvanized trash can is the way to go. There's a lid on it, keep sparks out, you're not going to light it on fire. As you can see, I found this can on the side of the road, and then a few weeks later found this lid on the side of the road. They're not the same size as you can tell, but it works, and that's all that matters. And yes, guys, it is okay to invest in these little propane cylinders, especially if you get a really good heater attachment on it, like so. Get it out the wind. There we go. It's It's okay to invest in these. They're not your main source, but they're alright to invest in for when you need a little bit of heat for aluminum, copper, or anything like that, or if you're soldering and doing some stuff like that. Pegboard. I wish I'd invested in this a long time ago. Trust me guys, it's worth buying. It's less than 20 bucks and it helps you organize better. Lights, 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 and even more lights. They are worth investing in. Even these are all the cheap ones off of Amazon. All my trucks have these, as they are worth every penny when you're having to work late at night on the side of the road, wherever. You just mount them on the bumper just like this. Don't have to go something stupid crazy with them over the windshield. Mount them on the bumper, mount them on the back. Lights will help you out a lot. And also, you're doing long distance rig trips, get yourself a battery pack for your phone. That's just a $10 came from the register at Walmart. And you don't have to, but I do. It's a mobile hotspot that is on a different carrier than my cell phone is. That way, if I'm out somewhere, I have the option of 2 different carriers for connecting, you know. Because I use Republic Wireless, and Republic Wireless allows you to make phone calls over internet connections. So this gives me the option of having 2 different carriers. And this is free with Republic Wireless. If you buy this, you buy it, you set it up, you get free 500 megabytes each month. And I only use it when I need to, so it's perfectly fine to have as a backup option where I'm somewhere and one carrier doesn't work. I have the option of a second carrier. And definitely invest in coolers. You won't be sorry in the summertime after you've made that investment. And invest in a decent helmet. Alright? It doesn't have to be the best, but decent. You want a good helmet you can work with. And also, keep a fixed shade backup. Yes, fixed shade backup. If you're going to your backup, you need something that works every single time. A shade 10 or 11 fixed shade for a backup is perfectly fine. If you're going to be rigging out on your own, you need to know how to use an auto darkening and a fixed shade. And you don't need the newest truck in the world to rig out. I'm extremely Ford biased, but bear with me. There are good Chevrolet and good Dodge trucks, oh, that hurt to say, out there that will do the job just as well. You don't have to get brand new. Used is perfectly fine, even 40 plus years old. Learn some mechanical stuff. Don't be afraid to fix something on the side of the road. It's okay, guys. Everyone has to do it eventually, even with their brand new Duramax, especially if it's a brand new Duramax. But a Chevrolet with a 350 already 6-liter engines are very good trucks. The Ford with the 300 straight 6 or the Ford with the 7.3 liter are very good trucks. Do your research, find something good, and stick with it. 200 amps is not necessary, but it is definitely nice. Like you just saw, where was the dial sitting? Right there. Yesterday I was welding all 1/8 inch, so it was right there on 70 amps. So be realistic, you don't need 200 amps. Joint preparation is 90% of it. For the longest time, this is what I ran with, a Hobart Champion 145, maximum of 140 amps. And as you can see, it was welding a lot of 1/8 inch material, so look at where it's sitting at. Yay! So, be realistic. 200 amps is not necessary. If all you can afford is a Hobart Champion 145, get it. You can do a lot with it, okay? It's a brand name machine with a good engine and a good generator coil. It's a Miller generator coil, guys. Come on. It just says Hobart on it. You basically bought a Miller that's just not painted blue and is not as fancy. It's better to buy new. I bought this new as my main engine drive. Now it's the backup to the Blue Star. So I always have at least one machine I know will work all the time. And it comes with Hobart's 5-year warranty. And since we're standing over here at the trailer, guys, these trailers from Tractor Supply and Northern Tools are cheap as shit. You can see all the expanded sheet down there is bowed and bent in every single direction from what I consider moderate use. Also, invest in ladders. These are not exactly the ones I want to take with me every day. I'm going to get a multi-position ladder that will sit on the back of this truck, so I'll have a ladder I can take with me every day. Even a small step ladder, half the size of that aluminum one up there, will still help you out, especially if you're working inside of a big horse trailer. It gets you up to the ceiling and other places you need to get to. An umbrella is a great investment for the summertime, especially here in North Carolina, where it can be 90 degrees and somehow feel like 120 degrees. An umbrella is a great investment to keep the sun off of you while you work, and it's easier to set up than a pop-up shade. And also, if you really want to get fancy, you can be like the rig welders and build something off of your truck to where your umbrella hangs out over to the side and whatnot. I'm not going to be that fancy. I'm just going to find me an umbrella stand for it and go with that. Job boxes are a must to invest in. It's not one of the first things you invest in. Even these simple plastic Husky job boxes will allow you to carry your tools and not have to worry about them getting weather damaged. Eventually, you will want to upgrade to the metal kind like this, which are meant to be left on a job site, even though I don't believe in doing that. These are very nice, and it's very hard to get open if you don't have a key. And when it comes to gas cylinders, invest in the largest sizes you can own. Airgas and Praxair both will only let me own 160 an oxygen and a 75 acetylene. These are the two largest they will let you own. So the largest size you can invest in is the biggest bang for your buck. I personally believe in owning the cylinders. I don't have any reason right now to lease them, so I just own. For me, it's easier to just cough up the money and buy the cylinder straight out there and not have to worry about paying lease on it every month. And also, security is a must. Invest in security for your shop. Security lights of different types and security cameras. As a welder, your equipment is expensive, and thieves know that. They are watching you all the time, and they want to steal your stuff. So, also, some threatening signs, such as that down there that says thieves will be shot on sight, and another sign that says firearms are welcome on premises, also help a lot. And one tip I might need to seriously take from myself is probably to cut my grass more than once a month and learn how to use a weed eater. Also, if you're running your own welding business, guess what? You are the fleet mechanic. If you cannot tell me what half of this stuff is down here, sorry dude, you're screwed. You are your own fleet mechanic. You need to learn some basic mechanical stuff. How to change oil, how to change spark plugs, spark plug wires. Like, if you can't tell me what this is, I mean, come on, we have a serious problem. Just a very serious problem. Alright? And back to keeping things clean. A big push broom is definitely worth investing in. Keeping your shop clean, which I probably need to do more of, will make life a lot easier for you. And these awesome towel dispensers are like the coolest things in the world. You screw them out on the wall, it slides in. I got this thing at Tractor Supply for less than 20 bucks, and I've been using it a whole lot. It's worth investing in, guys, okay? It is definitely worth the money. You won't be sorry. And to come along, if you don't own one, you need to seriously consider investing in one. There are a lot of jobs I've done where I don't know how I would have done it without a come along. And acetone, if you don't have it, you're dealing with aluminum, you need acetone. I'm sorry, it's not a might, it's a need. aluminum, you need acetone. That's just how it goes. And also, I'm now keeping different color paints on the truck because when I do a welding job, I would like to actually paint over my welds and make it look like somebody actually cared. And also, WD-40 right here can be used for all sorts of stuff. It's also a good drilling and thread cutting oil in a pinch when you're in the field. It's very difficult to have all these different types of oils out there, so WD-40 covers a very wide base in the field. I also use it for oiling my air tools in the field as well. And trust me when I say you need little cheap bottle jacks. These are like 10 bucks a piece, guys. Just get yourself a couple cheap bottle jacks. They will help you out a lot in the field. And angle grinders, you need lots of them. A way to keep all your angle grinder discs nice and organized is to take a piece of TIG wire and bend it around like so and put all of your discs on them. Now you have a nice easy way to keep track of all your angle grinder discs. And another thing, keep all your not terrible but reusable stick electrodes in their own separate box. This is the box you first go to on a non-code job or like a repair job. You go to these first and use these up first. That way you're not wasting a whole bunch of stick electrodes. And a hand truck, another must you have. Especially try to get one that has these nice solid rubber wheels, and don't get the inflatable kind. You'll be mad at yourself forever. And if you know you're going to be going to a job that's on the side of the road, even if it's in a neighborhood, traffic cones are definitely something to invest in. It makes people pay attention and makes some people slow down when you're having to work on the side of the road. But it gives a physical barrier between you and the crazy old man who just has to speed by you in a neighborhood at 55 miles an hour while you're on the side of the road working on a trailer. And last but not least, sorry guys, no apologies. That's my quick little video of just a bunch of random tips in a row. I hope this helps you guys out. If there's anything I missed that you guys use, please be sure to leave a comment below so we can all see it. You know, I kind of want to build this community of welders who are willing to help out other welders. All right, one of the things I hate so much on Instagram, especially, is there are so many welders out there who are just so full of crap. They're so full of themselves. And granted, some of these guys really do have very good skill, but they are so full of themselves. So, you know, let's try to build a community of welders and tradesmen and such who are willing to help each other out. You know, I want to be the welder who's helping the guy starting out down here get up to my level, and then give him the knowledge and experience he needs from what I've learned to then go further up. Alright? So, thank you guys for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe. Big shout out to Hayden at Hayden's Welding Co. down in Georgia. He's an awesome follower of mine on Instagram and on YouTube. Keep it up, dude. Those handrails look good. And also to David Whitney. Follow him on Instagram. Awesome dude. And also follow Hayden at Hayden's Welding Co. on Instagram as well. And also be sure to follow me on Instagram at Durbador to Weldor. Thank you guys for watching. Y'all have a fantastic day.